Graduates and guests, please can I ask you to stand for the academic procession. Thank you.
I declare open this congregation. Please be seated. Graduating students, guests, families and staff of the university, it's a great pleasure to welcome you to this graduation ceremony as Vice-Chancellor of Ulster University. The role of Vice-Chancellor is wide-ranging. It has its challenges, but these are genuinely and greatly outweighed by the pleasure I get as an educator and as a teacher to see the success of Ulster University students as they progress through their studies to the realisation of those years of hard work in these graduation ceremonies, the highlight of the university calendar. Congratulations to all who will walk across this stage and also to those members of the family and friends who have supported you through those years. Recent years have seen a significant debate within higher education about the importance of the student experience in ensuring that those who come to university not only benefit from an excellent education, but also enjoy the rewards to be drawn from the dynamic and vibrant interactions of campus life. Leaving here today, you'll be exploring different routes. Some of you will be going into employment, some back to study and remaining in education. Some of you will go back to your communities to apply your knowledge and skills to advance the economy, society and cultural lives of those communities. Civic contribution, which is central to this institution. But before you leave, I think it's worth reflecting on the concept of student experience for a few moments. It is, of course, not one thing. It will have been different things for each of you. And let me start by saying I firmly believe that students are or must be at the centre of university life, working in partnership with academics and professional staff, not only to develop as individuals through an all-embracing student experience, but also to build a university that plays a full role in the communities it is part of. As Vice-Chancellor, I take great pride in this university and its students and staff. In my view, it's a credit to this university that it provides its students with a superb range of facilities and activities to enable them to make the most of their university days. And as you graduate today from the university, it's my firm hope that you look back on the student experience that has been challenging, rewarding, and transformational in its impact on your life. Of course, when I talk of student experience, I realize that this means something different to each and every one of you. In describing his own experience, Stephen Fry said, "Lectures broke into the day and were clearly a terrible waste of time. Necessary, no doubt, for those that were reading law or medicine or some other vocational subject, but in the case of English, and I apologize, the natural thing to do was to talk a lot about music, drink coffee and wine, read books, go to plays, and perhaps be in plays." So you can imagine, you came here as individuals, and I and the university appreciate there are a myriad of student experiences, none of which are the same for any one of you, and it is our desire to see everyone as a unique individual, but delivered the same excellence in the experience that you receive. And it's all too easy to say experience without making any real effort to understand what that actually means. Does it focus on the process of being a student? And if it does, what's more important? Teaching, research, facilities like accommodation, bars, sports facilities, nightlife, or developing relationships? Is it about winning a place at a highly ranked university and getting a good job? What does experience mean? For you, it may have been some of those things. It may have been all of them with equal weight. To me, all of those things are important, but we must ensure that the individual student and the student body remain at the center. One thing is absolutely clear to me. Student life is not about being a statistic and a number on a piece of paper, because when statistics become too important, then I have the firm view that university life starts to lose its soul. The risk is that statistics will become a substitute for judgment and personal engagement. The danger is that a one-size-fits-all approach will emerge in part-time postgraduate students extending classes on a wet winter's evening to develop their career will be treated in exactly the same way as young full-time undergraduates who value the quality of student life, in which more formal academic engagement is an essential part of a wider experience.
An inspirer, and someone who brings people with her to ensure that engineering, and in particular the intrinsic significance, impact and value that civil engineering plays in all of our lives, is more clearly understood. It is Wendy's passion for her profession and her tenacity that has helped chart her career, leading her to be here with us today. Wendy was a student at Victoria College, where her interest in engineering has its roots. From there, Wendy moved to Queen's University to undertake studies for a Masters of Engineering in Civil Engineering. Wendy studied in a 100-strong class with only 10 female peers. Then, as now, engineering disciplines continue to draw significantly smaller numbers of female students. Indeed, less than 10% of engineers and only 6% of registered engineers and technicians are currently women. On successful completion of her master's studies, Wendy went into industry and took up post as an engineer with Kirk McLaren Morton, where she worked for 13 years. During this time, Wendy followed two main paths: to be actively involved within many landmark projects, including the Waterfront Hall in Belfast, whilst also ensuring that she progressed her professional standing. As such, she gained her chartership as both a chartered structural engineer and chartered civil engineer. Becoming chartered then allowed Wendy to specialise as a structural engineer, leading many major projects, including the Odyssey Complex. In 2001, Wendy began to work as regional manager in the Institution of Civil Engineers, or ICE, an international professional body and a charity that strives to promote and progress civil engineering for the public good and which supports civil engineers throughout their lives and significantly within their higher education journey. In 2008, Wendy became the head of devolved regions for ICE, and more recently in 2014, the Director of UK Regions. In her current role, Wendy is responsible for the institution of civil engineering activities across the UK regions and nations, providing operational oversight for services to 62,000 members with an annual budget of £3.5 million. It is through her work with ICE that Wendy has been able to extend our understanding of the significance and impact of engineering, whilst also working to increase the diversity of the profession to reflect more our general population makeup. There are many examples of projects that she has spearheaded. I will offer some examples. In responding to that perennial question, what is civil engineering? Wendy has spearheaded a public awareness campaign in a highly innovative and effective manner. Many of us will have seen the visual cues of this campaign, both locally and across the UK, the hashtag, "This is Civil Engineering," which has, for example, appeared on over 500 infrastructure projects and has been viewed many, many times on social media platforms. The development of understanding, Wendy firmly believes, rests with effective communication. Wendy has brought this into the education sphere on many occasions to help develop awareness of civil engineering from primary school onwards, and not simply with our children, but also with their teachers and for those of us who are parents. The Bridges to Schools project does just that. It provides the opportunity to primary school pupils to work alongside civil engineers who are ICE ambassadors to construct a 12-metre-long cable-stayed bridge. This project is designed to support key learning in the school's curriculum, whilst also seeking to inspire young minds and ignite interest in engineering. Over the past 3 years, more than 50,000 primary school children across the UK have been involved in this scheme, as ICE travels around the country and into our schools. ICE also works with the UK-wide Tomorrow Engineers programme, which provides the engineering community a platform to bring engineering and science to life for young people at Big Bang events taking place in June and July each year. In 2017, across the UK, only 80 female school leavers commenced a Level 2 apprenticeship in engineering. Marking Women in Engineering Day in June, and to encourage girls to see the amazing variety of careers in engineering, we saw ICE collaborate to bring forward the Female Engineering Toolkit, specifically designed to encourage more females into engineering apprenticeships. There is evidence to suggest the UK construction industry faces a significant skills shortage, and Wendy has been an advocate for the Civils Comeback Internship, which is for engineers to return to work after having children, and a reverse mentoring scheme where young engineers mentor their older counterparts to help overcome misconceptions and tackle unconscious bias in the construction industry. The projects are many, and a mark of the esteem with which Wendy is held was made clear in 2012, when she was awarded an OBE for services to the construction industry. Civil engineering is one of Wendy's passions. But when you meet Wendy, it becomes very clear what her second is. It's her family. We are delighted to be able to welcome Wendy's husband, Mark, and her daughters, Olivia and Erin, today. Wendy's life at home is as busy as her work. She loves to cook. She's on the board of governors at Victoria College. She runs and is learning to play golf. Wendy and her family love to ski. This is true family time for her. Before I finish, I would remind you that Wendy led the construction of the Odyssey complex, and now she can be found spending weekend nights working outside this same building as she volunteers with the charity SOS Northern Ireland, helping vulnerable children, young people and adults on the streets of Belfast. Vice-Chancellor, in the name of the Senate, it is with great pleasure that I present Wendy Suzanne Blundell for the degree of Doctor of Science honoris causa.
Wendy Blundell, in the name of the Senate, I present to you the degree of Doctor in Science Honoris Causa. I now call upon Professor Curran, Executive Dean of the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences, to present the candidates.
In the name of the Senate, I present to you candidates for the degree of Doctor of Philosophy. Jordan Atchison. Nicola Booth. David Costley. Deborah Ging. Philip Matthew Gray. Annie Hassib. Gemma Heather Hayburn. Barry Hitchin. Susan Frances Lagdon. Chloe Ann Martin. Ciara Quinn. Catherine Storey. Ian Alistair Thomas. Carol Edwina Truman. The degree of Master of Pharmacy, Michael John Fitzpatrick. Abigail Jane Green. Ryan Martin Leonard. Rachel Joan MacDonald. Mary McGuckin. Michaela McElwain. Cian O'Cahony. Caelan James Patrick O'Neill. Trudy Sweeney. Fiona Talon. Man Zizang. Casti Adibi. Patrick Stephen Bell. Leanne Mary Annabel Conlon. Laura Grimes. Adam Hill. Joy Jameson. Faro Casba Jobijar Coley. Ciara McCloskey. Rebecca McMichael. Nicole Patricia McQuillan. Dervla McVeigh. James Wilbert Moore. Stuart Morrison. Mark James Muldowney. Catherine Edel Murphy. Freyden Needy. Alison Paula Oates. Maram Omer, Lisa Renahan, Rachel Turley, Connie Duffy, Nisha Gupta, Emer Kelly. The degree of Master of Science in Applied Behaviour Analysis, Carol Ann Getty. Scott Graham. Leonie Mary Robinson. Sinead McClernon. The degree of Master of Science in Environmental Management, Leanne Rafferty. The degree of Master of Science in Environmental Management with Geographic Information Systems, Heather Charlotte Exley. The degree of Master of Science in Environmental Toxicology and Pollution Monitoring, Rebecca Charlotte Allen. Karen Donnelly. Eno Peter Ita. Niamh Walsh. The degree of Master of Science in Geographic Information Systems, Rachel Sarah Abernethy. Vanessa Tebbett. Paul James Montgomery. Catherine Violet Rogers. Stephanie Butler. Khalid Kubo Saliho. The Postgraduate Diploma in Geographic Information Systems, Maureen O'Shaughnessy. The Postgraduate Diploma in Pharmacy Management, Rachel Frances Ringer. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Erin Walker. Paul McMurray. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Shane Beckett. Robbie Ewan McConaughey. Katie Rebecca Tenner. Emily Boyd. Keith Ebbage. Joanne Rogers. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography with Business and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Andrew Lee. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography with International Development and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Simon Stevenson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marine Science and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Sarah Ahern. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology and Diploma in International Academic Studies, Rebecca Martin. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science and Diploma in Professional Practice, Adam Bamford. Claire Boyle. Roisin McGlone. Luke Morgan. Nuala O'Neill. Daniel Fahey. William Fleming. Aaron Fullerton. Rory Handforth. Rebecca Claire Harcourt. Sean McGrory. Sophie Colleen McNeil. Richard Rowland. Naomi Jane Skilling. Ryan James U. Pritchard. Andrew York Lauthers. Nathan Clark Tennis. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science with International Development and Diploma in Professional Practice, Kevin Atchison. Geraldine Curry. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography and Diploma in Professional Practice, Emily Jane Kyle. Emma Scott. Amy Louise Wallace. Connor Fitzpatrick. Gail Ann Hastings. Rachel Hopkins. Robert Johnston. Stacey Maxwell. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography with Business and Diploma in Professional Practice, Victoria Jane Maxwell. Megan Hamilton. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography with Education and Diploma in Professional Practice, Michelle Martha Burrows. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marine Science and Diploma in Professional Practice, Mark Conn. Michaela Margaret Dale. Katie Lilly. Georgia McDowell. Michael John Deary. Rory O'Donnell. Ross Purvis. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology and Diploma in Professional Practice, Faith Baylor. Alana Balos. Daniel Patrick Brown. Rachel Connor. Emma Louise Crawford. Catherine Frances Emerson. Laura McCaughey. Sarah Victoria McCook. Stephanie McGowan. Sophie Ruth Peden. Stacey Ellen Austin. Donna Barr. Stephanie Catherine Bruce. Carla Campbell. Zoe Campbell. Robin Cordner. Samantha Fryer. Abigail Galt. Alana Gordon. Olivia Goldie. Nicole Kinder. Mark Lawson. Courtney Lynch. Kirsty Mackin. Cleona McGreevy. Niamh McKenna. Natasha Murray. Aniso Samantha Mayera. Pauline Grace Nuadi. Naomi Cornell, Lindsay Robinson, Michael Philip Sampson, Katrina Ann Steenson, Lauren Watson, Naomi Margaret Winder, Lisa Fields, Dale McNerlin, Saoirse Parks. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Social Psychology and Diploma in Professional Practice, Maria Choros. Natalie Archer, Alison Sarah Ford, Holly Neeson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science, Rachel Mary Elizabeth Kelso-Masson, Emma McAllister, Niall Andrew Fergus Brown, Simon Paul Cullington, Paul Hunter, Jordan Francis Logan, Sienna Ann Mullen, Ben Thomas Williamson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science with Computing, Jessica Mohan. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science with Education, Sonkan Mungmun. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Environmental Science with Psychology, Cachal Owens. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography, Christina Lorraine Haggerty. Lisa Nicole McAllister. Paul Rankin. Laura Elizabeth Stratton. Hannah Jane Warnock, John Brown, Cian Patrick Deeney, Robert Jamie Brian Lynch, Sarah Jane McGoldrick, Brona McNeil, Dara Murphy, Christopher Neal, Dylan Thomas Dennis Ramsey, Charlene Allison Scott, Niamh Sweeney, Jamie Crow, Simon Allen Fryer, Niamh Mary McKee, Saoirse Niamh Quinn, Mark Strange. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography with Education, Christian Cantona Catterson. Marie-Claire Sarah Prothers, Christopher Sean Devlin, Rebecca Keeley, Matthew Keating, Daniel Ross Edgar. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Geography with International Development, Beth Carruthers. Amy Louise Higginson, Poppy Rebecca Catterson. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Marine Science, Holly Ann Clements. Danielle Donnelly, Matthew Wark, Ian David Coulter. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Psychology, Laura Cassidy. Josh Stephen George Goodrum. Claire Marie Kearney O'Rourke. Cara Kirkpatrick. Rachel Alexandra Mabin. Anthea McCloskey. Patrick McCourt. Catherine Michelle O'Brien. Sarah Jane Armstrong. Tracy Georgiana Braniff. Shannon Marie Gillen. Rebecca Abbey Goodman. Robert Jackson. Melissa Kenna. Alison Kirkpatrick. Rachel McGill. Celine McGuigan. Melissa McKevitt. Emma Nichol. Amy Anna Louise Ogilvie. Jordan Reid. Brona Shand. Ellen Wiley. Louise Burke. Bethany Rachel Goody. Jonathan Daniel Sylvester. Gemma Ashley Lendrum. The degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours in Social Psychology, Martin Robert Burns. Anya Marie Jennifer Hillock. Cherie Rosia McIntyre. Orla Stevens. Vice-Chancellor, this concludes the presentation of candidates from the Faculty of Life and Health Sciences.
Thank you, Professor Curran, for presenting candidates. I call upon our honorary graduate, Dr. Blundell, to address the congregation on behalf of those who have been presented.
Vice-Chancellor. Deputy Vice-Chancellor, members of Council and Senate, graduates and recipients of awards, ladies and gentlemen. May I begin by thanking Ulster University for the honour bestowed on me today. I am so privileged to receive this award, and it comes as a very pleasant surprise, so thank you. I am well aware, on a day of great celebration, that what you require first and foremost of any speaker is a brief address. I shall try not to fail you in that respect. As Michaela has told you in her introduction, I am an engineer, and I am fortunate to work in a profession which has continued to both challenge and reward me over the past 30 years. Engineering is one of the most important and rewarding careers, yet we still struggle to attract more females into the profession. Engineering is about tackling enormous challenges such as climate change, energy supply. It's about making advancements in health and medicine, protecting the environment, providing safer transport and even food supply. There are also many terrific opportunities in sport, music and the film industry. But we still have a huge amount of work to do to change outdated perceptions and the image of the engineering profession. The type of things engineers do has changed so much in the last 30 years. It is now more cerebral and less manual. And with the risk of upsetting some people in the room, it has been said, scientists study the world as it is, engineers create the world that has never been. I have had opportunities to learn, to travel, to solve problems, to be creative, and to change the way people live and behave. Sexual stereotyping and not enough female role models are well documented as reasons why girls don't choose engineering, as are the misconceptions about the job itself, which isn't always about getting your hands dirty. The UK has the lowest percentage of female engineers in Europe, a truly disappointing 8%. And if the predicted skills shortage is accurate, we need more young people, girls and boys, to understand the opportunities that lie ahead in an engineering career. And we need to target parents who do not view engineering as aspirational, particularly for their daughters. We have robust evidence that suggests girls are turned off engineering as young as 8 or 9. And the pink, sparkly-filled aisles of Toys R Us do little to help our cause. I often get asked about balancing family life with a full-time career. Interestingly, I don't believe my husband has ever been subjected to the same level of scrutiny and expectation. All parents in this hall know there isn't a magic formula. Simply hard work, some sacrifices, definitely sleep deprivation, and the odd tense family exchange, as work can often take precedence outside working hours. I can also assure you that I do not have a picture-perfect house, but I do have a home filled with love and support. This is a very special day for all graduates, and I'd like to take a few more minutes of your time to share some thoughts with the graduates. Firstly, don't be afraid of failure. Michael Jordan, the American basketball player, said, "I failed over and over again in life, and that is why I succeed." When we hit the wall, which we all inevitably will, you will need the courage and the skills to climb it, go through it, or work around it. Make a plan and stick to it. Don't waste time and energy dancing around a problem. Try to find a solution. Successful people get to work on their plans as quickly as possible, and they know how to keep going when times are tough. Do the right things over and over again, as good habits get good results. Success is a stairway, not a doorway, a process and not a destination. The time to kick on to better things is when things are going well. Be the best you can be, and when you want something you have never had, you have to try something you have never done. My second point may be slightly controversial, and certainly all good speechwriters would advise avoiding topics on religion and politics. But I am going to risk it today and mention politics. I would encourage you to take an interest in politics and current affairs. By this, I don't mean you need to become an elected representative, but you should care about politics. Politics can often feel far removed from everyday life, but if you don't engage, there is no point moaning about what we've got. I know at times our political process is fraught and we all become jaded and very disillusioned. But graduates, please do not be put off politics because ultimately it will affect you throughout your lives. There is the comfort of being at university, but all good things must come to an end. And tomorrow you will be thinking about your future, and politics, be that local, national or international, will have an impact whether you like it or not. If we end up with a soft, hard, rough or smooth Brexit, it will matter to you as you seek employment, pursue further study or travel. You will be vulnerable to the economic consequences of Brexit, and the political decisions made over the coming months will have implications that will be felt for many years. It's also rare for politicians to make changes to legislation unless they are prompted to do so by public opinion. So raise the issues that are important to you, and if the opportunity arises, use your expert knowledge to inform policy decision makers. And finally, cleverness is a gift. Kindness is a choice. Gifts are easy. Choices can be hard. You can seduce yourself with your gifts, and if you are not careful, this can often be to the detriment of your choices. This is a room full of many gifts, and I am sure one of your gifts is the gift of a smart and capable brain. As a society, we have so many gifts, just as you, as individuals, also have many individual gifts. How will you use these gifts? And will you take pride in your gifts or pride in your choices? I chose to be a civil engineer. I wanted to make a difference in some small way to people's lives. I followed my passion, and I am proud of my choice. Tomorrow, your life, the life you will create your own, begins. How will you use your gifts? What choices will you make? Will apathy be your guide, or will you follow your passions? Will you follow dogma, or will you be original? Will you choose a life of ease or a life of adventure? Will you flag under criticism or follow your convictions? Will you bluff it out when you are wrong, or will you apologise? Will you play it safe or be a little bit daring? When it's tough, will you give up or will you be persistent? Will you be clever at the expense of others, or will you be kind? I will hazard a prediction. When you are 80 and in a quiet moment of reflection of your own life story, the telling that will be most meaningful will be the series of choices you have made. And in the end, we are our choices. Build yourself a great story. Thank you and good luck.
Thank you, Dr. Blundell, for that very inspirational speech. I now call upon Trudy Sweeney, a new graduate in the Faculty of Health and Life Sciences, to propose a vote of thanks.
Ladies and gentlemen, family and friends, I am honoured and privileged to speak to you on behalf of those graduating today. Our degree certificates bestowed upon us today are a very tangible demonstration of the hard work, effort and dedication shown throughout the past years. And of course, behind that very rewarding, very special and eagerly anticipated parchment lies every part of our experience at Ulster University. It is that experience that shapes our future prospects and potential. Our studies, the knowledge gained and life skills acquired have allowed us to grow, both academically and personally, with new confidence and surrounded by the firm friendships we have made. We have managed the challenges of completing our studies with our ambitions firmly fixed on the opportunities that will lie ahead for us as an Ulster University graduate. For the pharmacy cohort, graduating from Ulster University means graduating from one of the top schools of pharmacy within the UK. For us, the next year involves combining further study alongside entering the world of work, with many of us beginning our future careers within the next few days as pre-registration pharmacists. Thanks to all the support, guidance and mentoring given to us all over the past few years by the staff within the School of Pharmacy, I am certain that in a year's time we will be standing as fully qualified professional pharmacists, and for this we are all truly grateful. Graduating today, it is encouraging to know that Ulster alumni are leading, contributing, inspiring and influencing far and wide. Through the alumni networks, we can learn from those who have gone before us, and the alumni programmes and services on offer enable us to stay connected and supported as we embark upon fresh challenges and opportunities. Ulster University is a place where knowledge is created, generated, shared and brought to life. We leave here as assured and well-equipped graduates, ready to fulfil our career ambitions. The knowledge and attributes that we have acquired in our time here will in turn shape and influence others in the many and varied paths that each of us here today will now choose to take. We remain ambassadors for the university, proud to tell others of the doors that it can open and the possibilities that it presents. On behalf of my fellow students and friends here today, I would like to take this opportunity to thank our family and friends who have supported and encouraged us throughout our university career. Of course, our lecturers and support staff are right at the heart of our time here at Ulster University, and we thank them for all their inspiration, understanding and guidance. So thank you all for being part of this very special occasion, a celebration for everyone, not just for those of us graduating, but for all who play a part in harnessing potential and shaping bright futures. Please do enjoy the rest of your day with us.
Thank you, Trudy. We're now drawing to a close, and I would like to declare this congregation closed and invite the new graduates to join the academic procession.